And just for those who don't know what reflexology is, it's a Chinese modality where the whole body can be found within the feet, in the stomach, the gut, the hands, and in the face. And this is what we term as a microsystem. Just small, gentle rotations, thus releasing the feet of any tension. A lot of the body parts overlap on both sides, being left and right, but there are some specifics, like certain organs you'll only find on one side of the body. A little bit here on the outside of the lungs. There's a lot more sinus issues surrounding the ear. I'm moving on to the bladder now, and I can still sense an imbalance. Welcome back!
Thanks for having me!
Yes, so today we're going to do foot reflexology, and I got out a blanket for you just to obviously have you covered and everything, so we're just really dealing with the feet. Is there anything that I should know for today's session?
Other than just really poor posture generally, which I don't know if my feet are really linked to, it's more up here, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have a look at that. But when we sit down, I'll just obviously give sort of a rerun just of what reflexology is, how it looks like. And then with this session today, just as we've been discussing, then I will talk you through when I pick up an imbalance and what it relates to in what area. And I'll try really work it out. But the idea is relaxation, healing, and sleeping, I would say. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get you onto the bed. I hope it's not too tall now. You can get on here, yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah, lovely and cozy.
Something about being snug, I like it.
Yeah, even if it's a warm day outside, it feels like I still want a blanket.
All right. So just to obviously switch gears, when I'm going to start the session and end the session, we're going to do breaths. And we do it through the solar plexus of the foot or through the solar plexus of the middle body cavity. And I'll do an example where I'll be pressing in like this. And when I do, you're going to inhale nice deep through the belly, or I always say pregnant belly, and then exhale. Because too many people do upper chest breathing, shallow breathing, and we need to breathe through the belly. So nice, give yourself that pregnant belly. So. That's beautiful. And again. And last one. And just welcoming you into the space, maybe from a long stressful day or stressful week. We just want to bring the body into that state in this moment, a bit of peace, just switching off and receiving rather than giving. As I always say, we're human beings, not human doings. And just for those who don't know what reflexology is, it's a Chinese modality where the whole body can be found within the feet, in the stomach, the gut, the hands, and in the face. And this is what we term as a microsystem. And to the untrained eye, it might look like I'm doing a foot massage. But what I'm doing is specialized techniques where I can feel on the different organs, the glands and body parts, and find out where there are imbalances. And then through that, I'll try work through it and try to relieve the imbalance, which relaxes the nervous system. And people feel stress-free or less stress. And more often than not, the imbalance will come into balance. And so people get better as well. So it's a fantastic way. What I'm first going to do is just like a cleansing ritual. So I'm going to clean the feet. We always associate cleaning with a sense of purification and like a blessing, self-care, self-love. But you do have very clean feet. Maybe you did clean them before.
I didn't. But I'm glad to hear that. I'm always so worried when people see my feet that they're going to be like, ooh.
No, not at all. Now that your feet are clean, I'm going to use, well, my preference of use is beeswax. I just think it's natural, moisturizing, in a sense earthly as well. I'm going to lift this ever so slightly higher. There's new research saying that there's another brain in the calves, that it's pumping up everything in terms of lifeline to the brain. So without our calves, we would be quite at a loss. And it is important because we need the mechanics to walk. There's a lot of limitation here with your flexion. So there's tightness in the upper calf area around here. Small, gentle rotations. Thus releasing the feet of any tension. And if you find your mind wandering with thoughts, just give yourself permission to relax and unwind. And to just savor this hour. the idea is I'm going to do these small, gentle movements, almost like a caterpillar crawling. But finding it very relaxing. I'm just going to be going off the mind map of where the different parts of your body are. And I'm going to look for imbalances, which we describe as uric acid buildup. And I describe it as finding crunchy bits in the feet that can tell me where there's imbalance in your body. So instantly I'm finding around the neck area here. I think it was similar to our last session, actually. And when we shift the energy, you might find that you will have stomach gurgling or digestion happening. And that's all normal and that's all okay. We see it as a good sign. And balance here on the sinuses, more towards the right side of the body. I'm just going to spend a little bit more attention here. Something around the ear as well now. So definitely some sinus issues coming up. A little bit here around the lungs. near the chest where the heart is. So far looking good in the intestines. Something in the large intestine though, where the hepatic flexure is, so where the liver is, sort of in the right hand corner, just under the ribs. So there's something coming up here in the reproductive, and it actually reminded me of the first time we did reflexology. There was something around your menstrual cycle. It's very crunchy. Just have to work here a little bit more. Lots of digestion today. Working on the spine now. Generally there's always imbalance for any person that comes here. It can be a little bit sensitive, so we go a bit lighter. But this is around the mid part of your back. Maybe around T5, T6. Now I'm working on your bladder and I can feel an imbalance here. even think a bit inflamed, to be honest. Bladder needs attention. Sometimes it can be not necessarily like you need to go to the toilet all the time, or it could be the opposite, where you should be going to the toilet and you don't go because maybe you're at work or you can't, and then you just try to hold it in. Or it could also be due to postural imbalance, that the spine and changes and then the pelvis tilts, and then that puts the bladder out of its original place. And then when it should be X amount of capacity that it can handle, maybe it can only handle much less. So if we just go with an analogy, if it can handle 2 liters, maybe it can only handle a liter or less. But that's the most prominent one on your foot today, on your right foot. And just like the right foot, I'm going to repeat the same, almost similar sequence on the other side, because a lot of the body parts overlap on both sides, being left and right. But there are some specifics, like certain organs you'll only find on one side of the body. So like on the right side, you'll specifically have the liver and the gallbladder, which we find in the feet on the right side. Then on the left we have the stomach, spleen and pancreas, which we'll only find on the left. And the heart actually too. Heart's more found on the left side of the body. going to do now is just try to see where I found imbalances on the one side. It's just to track if they mirror on the other side as well. Or if it's just a specific side dominant, which can happen. Like what I'm picking up here is there's a lot more sinus issues surrounding the ear on the side, the left side. This area last time was very crunchy, I remember. It's absolutely gone now, so that's good. Which was around the lungs, thyroid, but all good now, so no problems there. A little bit here on the outside of the lungs. So far everything is feeling good this side. I'm just working my way through the intestines now. Moving on to the bladder now, and I can still sense an imbalance, just equally like on the other side. Right, so sort of finishing and winding down. So I've just revisited your imbalanced areas. What I can still see is there's still quite a lot of build-up, and I'm sure you can feel the crunchiness here, here. So that's the lung and reproductive. And bladder is not crunchy, but it's aggravated, inflamed. Does it feel sensitive when I touch it?
Mm-hmm. I can really feel the crunchy bits.
So what that means is more water, more movement, and more reflexology to keep breaking it down. Like everything in life. If you go to the gym once, you're not going to get your six-pack. So things require repetition, consistency.
With that, if you mixed it in with the hand reflexology, would that have the same effect, or does it need to be on the feet?
By theory, it has the same effect.
Okay.
But some people might experience pain. You don't have the pain specifically, but might prefer to have it done on the area where they can feel the blockage or the pain. But the hands and the feet are basically a copy-paste. You've had a lot of digestion from this, a lot of energy moving, which is fantastic. This is what you want. But not a lot, just little niggles here and there. But I do remember that last time, the reproductive, I was here, I remember, and here this was very crunchy, but it wasn't crunchy at all today. So a little bit down. Alright, my lovely, as we start to wind down, we're just going to go back to those 3 breaths when I'm ready. So let's go inhale. Pregnant belly. And inhale. And last one. And exhale. And that's your session for today.
Thank you.